So, good morning. Today we are going to start our next lecture. The lecture will be about controller tasks and resources. So let's discuss about these things. So first of all, we need to discuss about software model, the basic high-level language elements and their interrelationships are illustrated in next figure. This consists of elements which are programmed using the languages defined in standard. That is, programs and function blocks and configuration elements, namely configurations, resources, tasks, global variables, access path, and instance-specific initializations which support the installation of programmable controller programs into programmable controller systems. A configuration contains one or more resources, each of which contains one or more programs executed under the control of zero or more tasks. So, the resources is language element corresponding to a signal processing function in its man-machine interface and sensor and actuator interface functions, if any, as defined in standard. So, software model is shown on this picture. Yes, any application program which is realized in PLC must contain configuration which is contain resources. The resources have to contain one or more tasks. In every task we have implementation of one or more programs. The program contain aggregation of programs as pool, function blocks, and some functions. So this is what we call configuration of PLC. In other words, we can say about software model as this structure which we can see on this picture. So configuration elements of any program in PLC is configuration which can contain some resources, and resources it's tasks and associated programs which have to contain one or more program as program organization unit, other function blocks, and function. This is what we call software model for PLC. So let's talk about starting of configuration elements. So configurations and resources can be started and stopped via the operator interface, programming, testing, and monitoring or operating system functions defined in standard. So, the starting of configuration shall cause the initialization of its global variables according to the rules given in initialization, followed by the starting of all the resources in the configuration. The starting of the resource shall cause the initialization of all the variables in the resource, followed by the enabling of all the tasks in the resources. The stopping of resource shall cause the disabling of all its tasks, while the stopping of configuration shall cause the stopping of all its resources. So let's talk about initialization process. When a configuration element, resource, or configuration is started, each of the variables associated with the configuration element and its programs can take on one of the following initial values. The value the variable had when the configuration element was stopped, a retained value, a user specified initial value, the default initial value for the variable's associated data type. The user can declare that a variable is to be retentive by using the retain qualifier specified in standard when this feature is supported by the implementation. The initial value of a variable upon starting of its associated configuration element shall be determined according to the following rules. First, if the starting operation is a warm restart as defined in standard, the initial values of retentive variables shall be their retained values as defined above. Second, if the operation is a cold restart as defined in standard, the initial values of retentive variables shall be the user-specified initial values, or the default value for the associated data type of any variable for which no initial value is specified by the user. Third, non-retained variables shall be initialized to the user-specified initial values or to the default value for the associated data type of any variable for which no initial value is specified by the user. And last, variables which represent inputs of the programmable controller system as defined in standard shall be initialized in an implementation dependent manner. So, next topic of our lecture is about tasks. So, the need for PLC applications to perform many different operations simultaneously leads to the need for parallelization of calculations. In the simplest cases, we organize parallel operations independently in a single program. For more complex and voluminous calculations, it's easier to create a multitasking project. Multitasking refers to the alternate execution of multiple tasks on a single processor. Distribution of processor time between the tasks handled by the runtime system. Each task contains at least one program executed by the PLC. But even the organization of single task programs provides the user with different types of tasks. So, in our application program, we have to contain at least one task. If task, if we have more than one task, we call this case as multitasking. So programmable controllers typically employ the principles of cyclic or periodic program execution. Cyclically running programs restart execution as fast as possible after they have terminated execution. Periodic execution of a program is triggered by a clock mechanism at equidistant points in time. Process values are read into the device and written out to the process as discrete samples at random or equidistant points in time depending on the control task that has to be fulfilled. This is the requirement of standard. So, in this picture, we can see the cyclic execution of PLC program realizations. So, in this picture, we can see the periodic execution of application program on the PLC. In the PLC, this is the difference between these executions. As we said, periodic execution triggered by clocks. As we see, this cycle will be implemented by every 80 multiseconds. So, configuration and resources. Example, as we see from the picture on the slide, we see the resources of PLC in Codesys program. This is the resources tree, and this menu of resources we can see the task configuration, and this is the task configuration menu. So as I said, it's example of configuration and resources in Codesys programs, that which we will be used in our tutorial lessons. So this is the main primary information about configurations and resources of PLC we discussed about, and more information about these things we will show in our tutorial lessons. So good luck and goodbye.